Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood updates here, so remember to subscribe for the latest videos. In a world where cameras never sleep, where glamour and scrutiny walk hand in hand, and where one subtle moment can erupt into a viral sensation, television legend Kate Garraway now finds herself at the center of a whirlwind she never anticipated. Elegant, composed, beloved by millions for her strength, resilience, and journalistic integrity, Kate has stood tall through life's fiercest storms, weathering public heartbreak, supporting her family through unimaginable trials, and continuing to deliver the news with a grace that defies the chaos behind the scenes. But no amount of experience can prepare even the strongest for the sheer velocity of attention that comes with a moment, unintended, unscripted, and completely exposed, that takes the world by storm. Yes, that's exactly what happened when Kate Garraway stepped out in a radiant outfit at a recent charity gala, unaware that in a brief, unexpected moment, she would reveal more than she ever intended. The cameras were rolling. The flashes were unrelenting. And in a fraction of a second, the poised presenter who had carried herself with unshakable dignity was thrown into headlines that screamed with shock, speculation, and digital hysteria. Was it a wardrobe malfunction? A design flaw? Or just the cruel dance of lighting, fabric, and timing? Whatever it was, the world saw more of Kate than she planned to show, and the internet reacted accordingly. The moment became instant tabloid fuel. Images were zoomed, shared, reposted, and dissected. Social media lit up with hashtags like hashtag Kate Garraway Oops, hashtag Unseen Kate, and hashtag Red Carpet Revealed. Everyone had an opinion. Was it intentional? Was it avoidable? Was it fair? Behind the noise, though, there was something more profound unfolding, something much deeper than a slip of fabric. What the world saw wasn't just a moment of vulnerability. It was a glimpse into the very nature of public life, of femininity under the spotlight, of what it means to be both admired and judged in the same breath. Because Kate Garraway, through no fault of her own, became a symbol of how quickly society can turn a misstep into a spectacle, how easily dignity can be distorted into drama. But if the world expected her to crumble, to hide, to apologize, then they clearly forgot who they were dealing with. Kate Garraway has always been more than her appearance. From her steadfast presence on Good Morning Britain, where she guided the nation through breaking news and heartbreaking stories, to her deeply personal journey caring for her late husband Derek Draper, Kate has shown the kind of strength that can't be undone by a flashbulb or a fashion slip. And in the wake of this viral moment, that strength rose once more. She didn't lash out. She didn't retreat. She stood tall, smiling through interviews, continuing her work, reminding everyone that grace is not the absence of error, it's how you carry yourself through it. And carry herself she did, with the same calm resilience that has made her one of Britain's most respected figures. The moment may have shown more than she wanted to, but what it really revealed was a powerful truth, that even in the most unexpected, exposed moments, Kate Garraway remains unbreakable. She may have captured the world's gaze for the wrong reasons, but she kept it for all the right ones. In a landscape where younger celebrities often turn mishaps into monetized headlines, Kate's silence was deafening. She didn't need to speak. She didn't need to explain. Because the public already knew, this wasn't a stunt. This wasn't a ploy. This was real life. And the rawness of it, the vulnerability of it, only made her more beloved. As the headlines swirled and paparazzi scrambled for another glimpse, fans from across the world flooded online spaces with messages of support. She's human, they wrote. She's strong, others added. Many saw in her not just a celebrity, but a mirror of their own experiences, the times they were caught off guard, the moments they felt too exposed, the fear of being judged in an image-obsessed society. And in that connection, something beautiful happened. A woman who had once been caught in the glare of unwanted attention became a beacon of grace for everyone who had ever felt overexposed. Kate, in her signature quiet dignity, turned a moment of discomfort into a movement of compassion. But the story doesn't end with a simple wardrobe mishap. It continues as a larger narrative about control, about image, about the razor-thin line between privacy and public property. When you're in the spotlight as long as Kate Garraway has been, every movement is documented, every expression recorded, every outfit a potential headline. Yet, despite the pressure, she has never sacrificed her authenticity. She dresses not to provoke, but to feel beautiful. She speaks not to go viral, but to inform and inspire. She lives not to impress, but to endure. And in doing so, she impresses more than she ever could through artifice. That's what makes this story resonate. That's what makes it powerful. This was never just about a dress. This was about the way we see women, the way we expect them to be perfect, the way we pounce on their imperfections, and the way those same women, like Kate Garraway, rise again and again with elegance that no headline can diminish. As the first half of this remarkable story unfolds, one truth becomes clear. Kate showed more than she wanted to, but in doing so, she showed the world exactly who she is. And just when the spotlight seemed to soften, it intensified. The aftermath of Kate Garraway's accidental reveal rippled far beyond the beachfront moment that caught everyone off guard. The photographs, those raw, unfiltered flashes, were dissected, amplified, reinterpreted by fans and critics alike. Yet what emerged wasn't merely gossip. It was a portrait of a woman who has faced tragedy, juggled life's fragility on national television, and now found herself thrust into another emotional storm. The media frenzy didn't simply focus on what Kate showed. It zoomed in on what she stood for. A mother, a widow, a journalist, a woman whose strength has been etched into every line of her face, every strand of her sun-kissed hair. This wasn't the scandal some tried to make it. It was a moment of humanness, vulnerability, and yes, unintended glamour. Fashionistas tried to analyze the sheer swimsuit as a symbol. Commentators debated if privacy still existed for public figures, and Kate herself, composed as always, offered no desperate clarification. That silence spoke louder than headlines. Her every step afterward, back in the UK, walking into the Good Morning Britain studio, hugging her children, was covered like a royal procession. Every expression, every outfit, every glance was interpreted. She had, inadvertently, become more than just a broadcaster again. She was now a reflection of resilience in the most accidental way. It wasn't just about a bikini. It was about bearing more than skin. It was about bearing spirit, survival, and the grace to walk forward without looking back. Celebrities from around the world reached out in support, not pity, because they recognized the tremendous emotional labor she has been doing for years. Piers Morgan tweeted a cryptic defense, Susanna Reid stood by her, and fans flooded her Instagram with messages of solidarity. And though the photos had traveled everywhere, from tabloids to late-night comedy segments, so too had the image of strength, dignity, and quiet rebellion that Kate projected in the face of accidental exposure. The moment birthed something new, a conversation about body positivity, ageism, and the constant scrutiny women face in the media. Fashion brands unexpectedly began using older, real-life public figures in campaigns. A wellness magazine asked Kate to cover an upcoming issue. But Kate, never one to chase the spectacle, retreated to what she knew best: her family, her work, and her mission to continue telling real stories on television, just as she had done during her husband's harrowing battle with COVID. Behind the glamour, beyond the emotion, through the drama, Kate Garraway's accidental moment became a mirror for millions. A mirror that said, "We all show more than we intend sometimes, but it's how we rise afterward that defines us." From that beach in Portugal to the heart of British media, Kate showed the world that vulnerability is not weakness. It's a quiet, magnificent form of power. And as cameras continued to chase her, what they captured wasn't just news. It was history, softly written in sun and shadow, in courage and quiet, in the life of a woman who never asked to be a symbol, but became one anyway. For more powerful celebrity moments, emotional reveals, and glamorous transformations, don't forget to subscribe to Daily Gossip.